You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftatacademy.com. www.netsoftatacademy.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of your Microsoft Intune series. Today we are diving into managing Apple devices. That means iPhone, iPads, and Mac devices. Here's Apple's ecosystem has its own set of rules and tools. But once you get it all set up properly, managing these devices in your organization is very smooth and reliable. So let's get started with it. Now, managing Apple devices is a bit different compared to managing Android or Windows because everything revolves around Apple's own ecosystem. There is something called ABM, Apple Business Manager. That's your go-to portal for provisioning and managing devices. So that is on the Apple side. Then Apple IDs are sometimes needed as well, especially for user enrollments. And don't forget about Apple Push Notification Service, APNs. It's what lets Intune communicate with Apple devices. Apple takes privacy very seriously. So their management model varies based on who owns the device and in which situation the device is being used. In short, compared to Windows and Android, where more control is given to Intune, Apple likes to keep more control on their side. Now, before you enroll any iOS or macOS device into Intune, here are a couple of key things you need to set up properly. First, you need to set up an Apple MDM push certificate. This is what lets Intune talk to Apple devices. You don't need to pay for it, but it involves few steps. It's very simple once you get a hang of it. With this, you get a privilege to work with Apple ecosystem. You also get this certificate from Apple itself, and it needs to be renewed every year. You can set it up by going to Microsoft Endpoint Manager, then Devices, then you go to iOS and iPad, then iOS Enrollment, and there will be an option called MDM Push Certificate. Next, you need an Apple Business Manager account. This is essential for automated device enrollment and deploying apps or application via VPP, that is Volume Purchase Program by Apple. You can create your free, by the way, it's free ABM account at business.apple.com and then link it back to Intune with a token. So whatever you want to do, everything is free here. But these accounts and configuration need to be set up properly first. Now, just like Android, let's talk about iOS and iPad OS enrollment types. The first one is BYOD, that is user enrollment. Well, this situation is perfect for personal devices. It creates a managed work partition on the device so that the company data stays separate from personal stuff. It gives IT team low device level control though. They can't see or they cannot even control the personal application, or they cannot wipe the whole device. Sometimes it uses a managed Apple ID, but that's optional. This environment is ideal for employees using their own phones or their iPads. Although you cannot wipe the whole device, but you can at least wipe the company data. So that is still possible. And then we talk about the supervised device enrollment method. In Apple ecosystem, this is what is called for fully controlled or fully corporate-owned devices. Now, these devices are set up manually, either using Apple Configurator or by installing a management profile. It gives more control than the user enrollment process, that is BYOD. This includes supervision, restriction, and app deployment. but it is less automated than automated device enrollment process, which we will discuss later. But this one is good for company-owned devices managed by IT manually. Now, what if you want to do that process for thousands of devices? You cannot do it manually one by one. Then you will go with Automated Device Enrollment, ADE. Well, this is a powerhouse of Apple device management. Devices here are pre-registered with ABM and automatically configured on their very first boot up. Here's how it works. Your IT team links ABM with Intune, then assign devices in ABM. And when the user power on that device, which is assigned, it auto-joins Intune and gets all the policies applied. This is perfect for zero-touch deployment of new or maybe a factory reset devices. Now, Mac OS enrollment is similar, but with a few twists. Here, user enrollment is not available yet for Macs. So it is corporate control situation only. You can still use device enrollment and ADE, but Mac OS users usually have to approve management profile installation themselves. So a profile will be installed on their devices. Also, for some application, user might need to approve kernel or system extensions for full functionality. So I will say for Mac devices, your corporate will still get more control on your device at kernel level as well in some cases. Now, sometimes devices aren't bought directly from Apple or partners. So you can use Apple Configurator in this case for manual enrollment or to add devices into ABM. For iPhones and iPads, you connect the device to a Mac, use Configurator to assign it to ABM, and the device is erased and prepared for a supervised mode. For Macs, newer Configurator versions even let you add MacBooks to ABM via peering. This is great for bringing older or third-party devices into your managed environment. Now, if we talk about security and privacy considerations, Apple is super serious about privacy here, especially for BYOD setup. Intune only manages a corporate application environment and data inside the work profile. All the personal photos, messages, and application stays private. In supervised devices, in the supervised device environment that is fully controlled by your IT team, your Apple ecosystem allows deeper control, which you get with ADE or Apple Configurator. Here, Intune enforces compliance as well. Things like encryption, passcodes, operating system versions, and can also block devices from accessing company data if they don't meet requirements. Now, this is iOS and iPadOS enrollment environment. So you will go to enrollment, and again, everything will be grayed out. You cannot perform any action unless you have your Apple MDM push certificate registered with Intune. So basically, you will get a certificate from Intune. You will take that certificate and go to the Apple side of it, upload the certificate, then Apple will check it and issue you another MDM push certificate from Apple side. Then you will bring that and upload it into Intune. Once you get that, then all these options will be enabled. This is for bulk enrollment methods. Again, this is the equivalent of your automation of your provisioning, that is your autopilot. And then you also have different enrollment types here. You can also create platform restrictions. You can also limit the device registration. And
When you create your iOS and iPadOS MDM Pro certificate and you register it, you can go to Mac OS as well and click on Enrollment. Over here, you don't have to again register your certificate. No, it's just one for both Mac OS as well as iOS and iPadOS. And then all these categories will be unlocked. And the same thing, you enroll it, you manage the device, you manage the limit, and also you restrict the platform which can be enrolled. So iPadOS, iOS, and macOS, they all have the same environment. They need the same MDM Pro certificate registration, and you need to renew it every year.
So that's your full intro to iOS and macOS enrollment with Intune. We covered how Apple's ecosystem works, the difference between your enrollment types, Apple Business Manager, and what makes managing Apple devices unique. In the next episode, we will jump into application deployment, showing you how you can push application to all these enrolled devices. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel. And drop any question in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftatacademy.com. www.netsoftatacademy.com.